The average detached price in Kitchener-Waterloo sets another new record, cracks an all-time high. June, I thought you were gonna settle down, sit on the bench, relax, but the average price now has cracked our previous all-time high in February of this year, and now it's up to $919,914. Welcome back to the channel, guys. Thanks for joining me again. My name is Peter Kostecki. I'm a real estate broker here in Kitchener-Waterloo, and every week I put out great content for sellers, buyers, and our fantastic new listings. So make sure that you smash that subscribe button and don't forget to turn on the bell so you don't miss another video. I don't know why nobody's talking about this, but the Kitchener-Waterloo Association of Realtors just dropped their new real estate market update for June. We've got a new record number. It's pretty nuts because typically the summer things start to mellow out. People are taking vacations, going camping. The restrictions are easing a little bit. So grab your wine, grab your coffee, depending on what time it is. Let's dive in. I'm gonna break it down for you guys as usual. Okay. Let's start with the overview. In June, there was 740 residential sales posted on the Kitchener-Waterloo Association of Realtors MLS. This is actually a 13.6% decrease in volume. So there's a little bit of a disconnect here. We've got a record sale price for average sale price for detached homes, yet we have a decrease in actual sales activity and volume. So what's happening there? Let's dive deeper. So over the last few market reports, I've been comparing the numbers and statistics to the previous month's figures instead of comparing to last year, obviously due to the major world changes that we've been going through. So now we're kind of getting out of the woods here in terms of this year and last year at the time in June, July, things were starting to get back into the swing of things. So I've made a decision that we're gonna start comparing June 21 to June 2020. Now, condos are where we see a lot of change. There were 103 condominium units sold in June, which represents a 51.5% increase over last year. So a lot more people are buying condos this year than in 2020 in June. Now with semis, there were 74 sold in June, which is surprisingly identical to June of 2020. Last but not least, townhomes, there were 152 townhouses sold, which is up 14.3% compared to last June. So how do we explain all these numbers? We've got a huge increase in condominiums, like 50% is a massive jump, and then we're seeing a huge increase in townhomes as well, which is quite a significant amount here. I think what's happening is just due to the sheer price increase that we have year over year, people are getting pushed into different property types. Last year, the folks that could afford a $700,000 detached home are now getting pushed into condos, and vice versa. If we have townhomes that were selling last year for $550,000 or $500,000 or $600,000, now some of them people can't even get those. They're getting pushed into a condominium now. So the overall volume and transaction type and property type is changing a bit due to sheer affordability. If I'm putting you to sleep, now's a good time to wake up because we're getting to the juicy stuff. In June, the average sale price for all residential properties in the Kitchener-Waterloo area was $759,115. Now this represents a 2.6% increase compared to last month in May 2021, and like June to June from last year, we're looking at a 26.4% increase. So this is quite a significant increase year over year. Now, as I mentioned at the beginning of this video, the real news is what's going on with detached homes. The average detached price is $919,914 in June of 2021. This represents an increase of almost 6% from last month, 5.9% to be exact. And year over year, June last year, this represents a 31.9% increase year over year for the average detached home sale price. So this is quite significant. Buyers, I'm really feeling for you guys. this is a huge affordability burden, and you know, this is where people are getting into this, where, you know what, last year you could get a detached home. Now with the stress test and then with the sheer increase in pricing, you guys are getting pushed into different property types. Townhomes, condos, these are great options to get into the market with, but unfortunately, the detached home is becoming less and less affordable for the average person here. Now, if that news left you a little depressed, let's move on to some more affordable property types here in KW. The average price for an apartment style condominium was $445,493. This represents a bit of a decrease, 2.3% to be exact, compared to May last month, but it's actually an increase of June 2020 to June 2021 of 19.3%. So there's a significant appreciation there if you own a condo and you're thinking about selling too. Moving on to townhomes, the average townhouse sold for $590,980, which actually represents a 1.9% decrease from last month, but actually a 29% increase from June 2020. Last but not least, semi-detached homes sold for an average price of $647,918. This represents a decrease of 1.8% compared to last month, and actually a 28.3% increase compared to June of 2020. So to summarize, across the 4 property subtypes, we're basically up 30% in 1 year, which is absolutely bonkers. So if you're looking to buy in this sort of market, you might have to make a little bit of concessions. Instead of getting that semi-detached home, you might have to get a townhouse. Or if you wanted to get a town, you might have to step into a stacked townhouse, condo, or a different property type. Now, if you're selling, now's a good time to maybe cash out and put your home on the market. Okay, rapid fire. There are 860 new listings listed on the Kitchener-Waterloo MLS system last month. This is actually a decrease of 6.6% compared to last year. I think that's probably because there was a lot more volume last year in June, simply because it was kind of a delayed spring market that rolled into the summer last year. The total number of homes available at the end of June this year was 365. This is a decrease of about 43% compared to June of last year. The number of months of inventory was 0.5 in June, which is a decline from 0.7 in May. Inventory has actually been less than 1 month since October. The number of months of inventory represents how long it would take to sell the available inventory at the current pace of sales. And wrapping it up, the average number of days to sell a home in June was 11 days compared to 17 days in June of 2020. Well, you've heard my thoughts. Let me know what you think. What are your stories, anecdotes, or maybe you have some questions? Let me know in the comments below. Shoot me a message, write me a letter, send me a fax if people use faxes in 2021 still. I really appreciate you guys. Thank you so much for tuning in. If you're looking to buy or sell in the Kitchener-Waterloo, Waterloo region area, send me a telegram, a telegraph, a dove, I don't know. Shoot me an email. Content info is going to be somewhere on this page. I'd love to help you guys out. Alternatively, if you're looking to move outside of Waterloo region, hit me up anyways. I got a great network with realtors ready to work for you. Anyways, guys, thank you so much. We'll see you next month. Peace out.